So, hello and welcome to this new video. I want to thank you for your support on the last one. It really means a lot to know that it is helping someone. So, you read the title and I'm doing two considerations that are preliminary for the utility of this video. One, you already are consistent in the gym and you've been doing it for at least a few months, even maybe a year. Second, you know most exercises and the correct form on them. Let's start from two considerations on aesthetics. I think that from my experience and from what I learned from very experienced naturals like Alex Leonidas, I will link his channel, which is a gold mine of information. First consideration, even if it is your ultimate goal to get a better physique and gain muscle, which is a completely fine and fantastic goal, I think that it shouldn't be your primary concern. Let me explain. Don't put performance goals on your physique. For naturals, hypertrophy and strength are very strongly correlated. So I think that you should put performance and strength goals over your physique. So get stronger and your body will follow. Second consideration, everyone has their preference on mass distribution and physique preferences. So there's the example of the Greek body physique versus the bodybuilding physique. There's a very good video on this from Mark Wildman that I will link in the description. Of course, there are differences, but there are also common things. In general, you want a good body composition, so a good amount of muscle mass and a low fat percentage. The preference on your body type will determine how you structure your training. Keep in mind that these are ideal places to strive for. One is taken from ancient sculptures, so they're not real bodies. The second one is taken by people that are for sure using performance enhancing drugs, most of them, and also they're dedicating a lot to bodybuilding. This is their career. You probably don't have a career in bodybuilding. It is just something that you want to do for other reasons. So let's now analyze a generical framework that you can keep in mind while programming for your preferences. I won't give you today any specific program or regime to follow. These are just general concepts that you can implement as you like. A good framework that you can use is based on two steps. First step, maintain your strength. If you are quite in tune with your body, you know that you have some strong body parts that grow very well and respond very well to training. For me, for example, it's the legs and back. So I can get away with a low volume, high intensity approach. So I won't have to stress too much that part to grow. The approach here is more minimal, basically only using compound exercises, with some exceptions. I do isolation exercises for my calves. Second step, improve your weak parts. This is very simple, and also the weak parts are going to change according to how your body changes. Here you can do lots of different approaches. Right now I'm considering my traps and neck as a weakness that I'm working on, and I'm doing a medium to high intensity approach but very low volume, high frequency. For example, I'm training neck 4 to 5 times a week with 1 to 2 sets to failure. You can change, do whatever your body responds best to. Experiment. The approach here is to use both compound and isolation work. You cannot run away from the extra work needed to grow these parts, since they do not respond well naturally to standard training. A final consideration, don't forget cardio. It is very important to improve your cardiovascular system regarding aesthetics, because it improves your recovery capacity and your gassing out potential. I won't go into the scientific details because it is actually something very intuitive that you can imagine why it would be beneficial, because you can bring more intensity on your intensity days and you can train more often because you recover better. I noticed a very big difference when I started improving my cardiovascular system, and it doesn't have to be too complicated. You can mix low intensity aerobic work with high intensity anaerobic work and get 80% of the results. For example, I'm walking a lot and playing beach volleyball, which is very anaerobic, very high intensity, but with phases of where my heart is at a medium aerobic threshold. So I'm actually training most of the energy systems this way. And I don't have to do extra work for that. I just have to be consistent with my sport training and doing lots of walks. That also helps with my clarity and mental health. So it's a win-win situation. If you like these concepts and want to implement it in a comprehensive training program, shoot me a DM and I can help you. See you next time. I do I do porca troia.